Subject to is a big buzzword right now. Everybody's talking about buying houses subject to, but very, very, very few of you actually do it. Well, guys, we just did it. When I go through it and I explain to you what we did and how we did it, you're going to want to do it. And I'm telling you, anybody who's listening to the sound of my voice, you can do this. You can start and become a real estate investor by buying a house subject to and take advantage of these historically low interest rates that people were getting just a couple or a few years ago. So, in today's market, there's not a lot on the market. Prices haven't come down. Interest rates have skyrocketed. Things are more expensive. Rents are more expensive. Everything has gone inflationary, and it's crazy. And so a lot of people are sitting out the real estate market, and they're not looking for the place to buy. They're waiting for the interest rates to drop, and I think it's a mistake. Let me tell you why. Right now, the first time that I can ever remember, and guys, I've been doing this for over 25 years. I've bought real estate all of those years, thousands and thousands of properties. I've done just about any kind of real estate investing that you can think of, especially around housing. And right now, for the first time that I've ever seen it, there is an amazing opportunity for anybody who wants to find and buy the deal of a lifetime through subject to. And oh, by the way, at this point, those loans now have maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 years of being paid. So when these people are ready to sell and you can't get a good loan because interest rates have gone through the roof, they very often don't have a lot of equity, but you can take over their mortgage and get the advantage of the low interest rate loan that they've got and get the advantage of the fact that they've been paying on that loan for several years now, for at least a few years. And so that's a big, big benefit to you. And this is why I'm telling you, buy a house now before interest rates go down. All right, so guys, here's what we got in Altamont Springs, Florida, which is one of the towns where I grew up. It's the next town over. I grew up in Winter Springs, Florida. This is Altamont Springs, so I know this area really, really well. I've done probably hundreds of deals in the small town of Altamont Springs, Florida, and this house was a combination of strategies that we use as real estate investors. So it was an estate. It was in foreclosure. We ended up taking the estate through probate and bringing it out of a foreclosure lawsuit by reinstating the loan. So the guy dies. He doesn't have a will. So the house is in probate. The person who is selling it to us doesn't have the money to bring the loan current, and the foreclosure date is fast approaching. We ended up closing on it about 5 days before the actual foreclosure sale happened. And what we did when we bought it, we paid about $20,000 to the bank to bring the loan current. We gave the lady another $20,000 so that was her inheritance. She gave us the house. We took over the existing loan, and now we've got it set up on auto pay. And the deal keeps getting better. We now have a lease with an option to purchase contract in hand with the lady's daughter. So the niece of the guy who died and who left the house to his sister. She's going to live in the house. She's going to pay us rent, and we're going to give her an option to buy the property back. We're all into this purchase, taking over the mortgage for about $225,000. And guys, this house, it's immaculate. It really was in very good shape. It had a bunch of stuff, as you can imagine, because the guy died, and so he left all his stuff there. But now the daughter, or the niece, is going to live in it, so she can clean it out. I don't have to spend any money to renovate the house. She comes in, she pays us just below market rate rents. Market rate rents maybe $2,200 or $2,300 a month in this area on this house. And we've set it up so that she's going to pay us $1,900 a month for the next 2 years. And at any time during the next 2 years, she can exercise her option to purchase the house back from us. So we'll have about $2,250 in it. We've signed an option contract with her for $300,000. If she exercises it, we make some money. She pays us rent along the way. Our payment that is now going to the bank is $900 a month. So we've got about $1,000 a month of cash flow. Obviously, that's before costs, so there may be some taxes and insurance that come out of that. But we'll probably cash flow $700, $800 a month on our $45,000 all-in investment. So that's $20,000 to pay off the bank, $20,000 to pay off the estate, and then we have about $5,000 in closing costs on this deal. So we have very little money in the deal. We have a nice cash flow, a nice spread. We get to take over a mortgage that's at historically low rates. I think, in fact, this mortgage on this property, it owes about $180,000, and my all-in payment's like $900 a month. I think that I saw that the interest rate on it was like 3.23%, something like that, on a 30-year fixed rate amortized loan. which is freaking amazing, guys. I couldn't borrow the money at that. If I was to want to move into this house and go and buy it and get an FHA loan, I'd be paying about 6%. So I'm getting a tremendous deal on this, where I get to take over this loan at the basically 3% interest rate and have somebody else live in the house, pay the mortgage. I'm building equity. If she exercises the option, we make some money. So it's a $45,000 investment for us with tremendous upside, and we'll see. We'll see if she exercises the option. But for you, what do you learn from this when you hear me saying this? So for me, I'm doing it as a cash flow play. I'm doing it as an equity play. It's just strictly a real estate investment play. But this kind of opportunity is out there for anybody who's willing to go and look for them. These lists of foreclosures, they're out there in any county USA. They're easy to find, and you can go and find people that are in trouble and bring their loan current and take over their existing mortgage, that's sub 2, and get into these properties for not very much money. If you're going to do this to actually live in a property, this is a tremendous way for someone to get into a house. Maybe you don't have the best credit in the world, but you can go put the work in. You can go do the legwork and hunt these properties down. And it's not like they're going to be under every rock and they're just going to be easy to find. In order to find this one, my partner on it, TJ, probably talked to 100 people before he found this one deal that we're doing. So it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort, but it's really, really worth it. We're building equity. We're building net worth. We're building cash flow. You guys, I tell you about this stuff because I want to encourage you to become real estate investors, because I think that there's a new way for people to get involved and find the deal of a lifetime, and it doesn't take a lot of money. You don't have to have a ton of money. So let me tell you about the other side of the transaction. TJ comes into the deal, and we're splitting it 50-50. I put up all the money. All TJ did was go and find the deal and bring it to me on a silver platter, right? And so when we buy it in a land trust. He's 50% owner of the land trust. I'm 50% owner of the land trust. I have all the cash in the deal. He has all the work in the deal. What a beautiful scenario. For anybody who's out there that wants to become a real estate investor, I'm telling you, if you want to go and find one of these deals and bring it to me, we can do this kind of deal together. We expand our business through partnerships. That's why you subscribe to the channel. That's why you like to watch us. We want to do deals with the audience here on this YouTube channel. We want you guys to be real estate investors, and this is just another way that we could partner together. So get out there, go find these deals, bring them to us. Let's do something together. And you don't have to do it with me, guys. Put your deal into the chat here on this video, and maybe someone else who's going to see it will want to reach out to you and partner with you on this deal. Do the networking, do the work. So let me tell you about the house. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a 1-car garage. I think it's a 1-car garage. The house was built in like the 1970s. The guy who died, he kept the house up immaculate. I mean, it's really nice. The yard's manicured. The place is clean. The roof doesn't leak. The power works. The plumbing works. The flooring is good. Really, the house doesn't need a lot of work. It's got a lot of stuff in it, so that would be a turnoff. And that was one of the reasons why the people who were in the estate, they didn't know what to do with the house. They didn't have the money to bring it current. They didn't want to clean out the house and just throw the brothers or their uncle's stuff out on the street. So they got dangerously close to losing everything to the foreclosure sale. And this is something that's kind of common when this sort of thing happens, right? Like someone passes away, there's distress, there's a feeling of dread, and they're missing their relative, they're in mourning. And so they just let it go too far, and they need someone like you, the real estate superhero, to come in and save the day and provide them options. They just don't have them. And guys, had we not closed on this, we closed on this like 5 days before the foreclosure sale. If we missed it, if they didn't do the deal with us, the bank would have taken the property back. And when the bank took the property back, they would have come in, slapped a note on the door, they'd have changed the locks, they'd have thrown all of the stuff out of the house out onto the street. The estate would have had no chance to clean the house out. The niece would have had no chance to buy the house back. So don't be ashamed as real estate investors to go and provide good options for people. And buying something subject to, buying that existing loan at those great interest rates, you're helping them out. They're helping you out. It's a win-win situation. And that's what we look for as real estate investors. We want to provide scenarios where everybody wins. In this case, they win. They got the $20,000. We win. We got an extremely good loan that's got a few years of having been paid, that's at a really ridiculously low interest rate. And we'll win again if the niece of this man buys the house over the next couple of years. And we're going to do everything that we can to help her qualify for a loan and help her to be able to buy this house. So it's a win, and it's a win. How about that? Hey guys, why do I tell you all this? What we're doing, why we do it. We talk about why, we tell you how. I tell you this so that you can go and do it, so that you can become that real estate investor. You don't need to be crippled with analysis paralysis. You get out there, you start flipping these rocks over, you start talking to people that are in foreclosure, finding out how you can bring someone alongside them that can create the win-win situation. And really, guys, anybody can do this.